Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
You already know what it is. Tasmania show. Yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing. And if you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuning into the Tasmania show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. And today we talking about baddie Meg the Stallion and Klay Thompson that were a power couple, but they recently broke up. So Meg, she got on the internet chatting, you know what I'm saying? And she made a post to TMZ specifically. I've made the decision to end my relationship with Klay. Trust, fidelity, and respect are non-negotiables for me in a relationship. And when those values are compromised, there's no real path forward. I'm taking time to prioritize myself and move ahead with peace and clarity. Now, Meg, I've from since she's been in the industry, she's had a couple of, she ain't been prideful, she's been shameless when it comes to who she dates and how she moves. Like, she'd be like, men can do it, girls can do it too. Cool, whatever. She's dated, and this isn't no judgment, Moneybag Yo, you got your Tory Lanez, your Partisan Fontaine, the NBA nigga that was, I don't know the NBA guy, as a matter of fact, Meg the Stallion boyfriend. Matter of fact, I think she messed with the baby, if I'm not mistaken. She messed with G-Eazy. I heard French Montana. I don't know. I could be making these things up. I'm not even trying to be messy. That's not what this is, but I'm trying to see. I don't know the other NBA guy, but it's been some different guys, whatever the case may be, right? So we see Meg, we see Klay, and we like, yo, mind you, this wasn't nobody's business. If they would have broke up and she'd have kept her mouth shut, we wouldn't know. But you exposed the NBA champion, and people knew about your relationship because y'all went public really fast. I will say that it was super fast. Y'all popped outside, and then look what ends up happening. It ends up making you look crazy. Now you're the victim, and I can't believe he did this, that, and the third. He didn't want a wife. He got cold feet. I think there was another post that she says, you got me playing house, and you got cold feet. You don't want to commit, and you don't think you can give up other chicks and stuff. Like, it's like, okay. I don't know if Klay was trying to wife it or if he was just trying to have a good time. Like, I don't know from what I've seen of Meg, and speaking as a woman in this industry, like, I think it looked like, okay, I got the NBA guy or whatever, but Meg didn't give that she wanted to be wifed. I'm not saying that she doesn't, right? But if we're talking about the privacy, it's just like the chatting. Like, man, you put people in your business when you get on the internet and you can't undo it. You could have had this. He could have did what he did and kept it low. Now you got the world in your business, right? They got together after the whole Tory situation, the partisan. A lot of things were coming up in the media and stuff like that. But there's a trajectory of, like, her having these breakups with men. But this is a clip of Klay in a press conference when he's asked about Meg the Stallion.
How have you balanced this summer for you? And more importantly, how has your relationship made you better as a man on and off the floor, and how that's going to move forward for you as far as your career?
My relationship with,
Megan the Stallion.
I'm not going to talk about that, but I will say that every summer doesn't change for me, because I know what it takes to go the distance, and there's really no such thing as an off season. The summertime is just as strenuous as the season.
So again, the difference between the two is you see Meg, and I don't know, like, women, I'm not that kind of woman. Like, I'm not just running to the internet to just put people in my business. Like, you ain't gonna know nothing about nobody, period. But like, you run into the internet and more times than not, it seems like I think people want to get their narrative off. I really don't give a fuck what nobody think about me. So if you got a narrative, run with it. You got it. Read them and weep. You got it. But also, too, watching the difference, right? You talking about a media-trained man that's been in the NBA, right? And it's like, to see this happen and for it to fall apart so fast and to have all of us in your business, it's like it creates more stress. Now this is all what's in the headlines. And I don't know, it's like whether you got shot by Tory, respectfully, the stuff with Kelly, there's a lot that has been around Meg's name. And I think the last thing that I saw, she got some Cheetos out, some hot Cheetos, shout out to the hot girls. She had some wings. She's doing her thing. I don't know the last time Meg dropped a song. I don't know, but when it comes to this music business, you want to diversify. I know she had the Year of the Snake. She did her other thing, but I think this is the biggest thing. And sometimes people's thing is their relationship, right? Some people could say that about Russell Wilson and Sierra. I'm not throwing no shots. Beautiful family and everything. Some people could say his career has changed a lot. Some people say Meg is the reason why Klay wasn't playing well. Sometimes when you get in a relationship, the relationship could be the distraction and you're not even focused at all. But there's been podcasters and people saying that they didn't even know who Klay Thompson was if it wasn't for Meg Thee Stallion. Now, I can't say that, right? The money is a lot a bit different. They're talking about a NBA champion. An NBA champion, we're talking about a rapper. I'm not saying that one's more invalidating or one's more irrelevant, but there's this podcaster or this chick that was just talking about how, and I get it. She was talking about how Cardi B, like men that want girls for the come up, like how Cardi B needed Stephon Diggs or how Meg needed Klay. Financially, they are not the same. Regardless of who is relevant to you, that bag hit different. But let's listen to this clip of this podcaster trying to justify the come up.
Didn't know Klay Thompson before Meg Thee Stallion. We didn't know Stephon Diggs before Cardi B. And while these guys have more money than these girls have social and global influence. Meg Thee Stallion made Klay a global star, whether he wants to admit it or not. These men like to use these women for come-ups and for social status because, like, don't ever get it twisted, girls. Social currency is still a currency. If you are well known in your circle and you are well respected, a guy can use that for social come-up because being with you makes him look good. If Meg Thee Stallion is dating him, he must be popping. He must be giving guys. You need to be very, very careful because guys are users just like girls. I would even say more. A guy knows when he has a woman that he can use to make himself look better. And I think sometimes the insecurity that we have in ourselves do not allow us to see what we are actually worth, what our currency is. But a man can see it. A man can see your value economically before you. And it does not even need to be money. It's status, it's reputation. When you're around his friends, how does you standing next to him make him feel and look? But because a lot of us are insecure, a lot of us don't see ourselves the way the outside sees us. That's why a guy can pick you and you could be like, oh my God, he picked me. He's a money man. He's this. No, he picked you because you have status, because you have social currency, and because you're that.
She went off. I'm not gonna lie. I get what she was trying to say, but the comparisons of who you're trying to say is different. I hear you, Stephon and Cardi B. Stephon is not in the NFL right now. I don't know if he's gonna get picked up, but you're talking about a man that for a day spent millions of dollars for her to be in a castle for a day. Like, that money is a lot different when it comes to sports and music. Completely different. You lucky if you might be able to get your music inside of an arena or something like that. So again, you could talk about the Cardi B and the Stephon Diggs coming from an Offset. Yes, we can probably say that Cardi, yes, had more money or is the breadwinner than Offset. Going to Stephon Diggs, who was the he came up on. I think that it's a crossover. Might make you popular in an industry, but if you're not privy to sports, then that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is this: Klay got more rings than Meg, respectfully, and I'm not even trying to be funny. He got more rings than Meg. Meg ain't got no rings. You know what I'm saying? She trying to get a ring. This nigga already got a ring, so he might be like, "Oh, you want the ring? I already got it." You know what I'm saying? And respectfully to that, somebody asked Stephon Diggs that in an interview with Cardi. He was like, "Yo, you gonna propose?" He said, "I got to get my ring first," and that's what he said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. Like, these examples, you could look at a Cash Doll when she went to go and when she was talking to the NFL player after Tracy T, whatever the case may be. And I'm not trying to make anything messy. That's not what this is about. But we're talking about sports bags versus music bags, and I hear what she's trying to say. There are some men, people could say that, for example, about DDG and Halle Bailey. Some people would say that, oh, he needed her. In that case, right? Halle is the Disney star, DDG's YouTube, and I'm not knocking it. I rock with, like, the content creators and all of that, but I'm not jacking, like, that whole. There are some men that do want to just impregnate you, get with you, do whatever they can with you because they know that you're a come up. But that specific example, I don't really think that Meg helped Klay. If anything, I don't. And how? They're not even in the playoffs. Meg, before we get up out of here, Meg recently was on the Broadway for her Moulin Rouge, and after all the things that are coming off, she said that she's stepping away from Broadway, and this is a clip of Meg. Yeah, Shout out to Meg for Moulin Rouge and her being on Broadway and doing her thing. Like I said, man, I think that sometimes we got to take accountability. Accountability could be your best ability. Because, again, you're getting on the social media and you're tweeting and Instagramming things like cheating, had me around your whole family, playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you could be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. That's a lot. Meg, like, come on. That could have been a song. Put it in a song. Like, that's a lot, man. And then people be wondering, like, you can't take it back. Now the whole world is in your business. Who's around you in your circle taking your phone? You talking about his mood swings, but when he was in a press conference, I'm not going to talk about that. He's media trained. You? Nah, even if it was some type of thing to be rekindled, you went straight to the internet. You brought up his family, cooking. You brought up certain things. And I tell you, when things go wrong and money gets involved or different things, you really can see how people really feel. They'll start to say all types of things like, damn. Like, because my thing is this, like, who's come up? How? You know, like, I get it, like cheating, whatever, cold feet, but you didn't. I think that was just a little bit too much. I understand that you're hurt, but we got to find different ways to cope and vent. A therapist, a journal, music, the gym, something. He's an athlete, and you, like y'all could work that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm just tired of seeing people, like, it's like you want sympathy or support. And every time something goes on in the media, like, my thing is this, like, you ain't never did nothing wrong. All of these people, Tory, Party, Moneybagg Yo, G-Eazy, The Baby, Partisan Fontaine, Klay Thompson, everybody. Like, I ain't gonna hold you when I'm talking to somebody. And again, I'm team, like, I fuck with Meg, I do. But I'm also about right. And I'm not saying that she didn't get cheated on. That's not it. If she did, okay, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just leave, don't do that. But I think that when you're constantly seeing, like, yo, it's always something going on over there, you got to look at yourself like, what is it? Is it me? Not that you deserve to get cheated on, but reevaluate yourself, get low. You know what I'm saying? Stop sharing your energy. Because also, too, when you fucking and you doing all this stuff and you outside, that's exchanging energy. That isn't, energy can only be transferred. It's physics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. So what I want y'all to do is transfer some energy into my comments. Let me know what y'all think about this Meg Klay situation. Do y'all care? Do you really feel like Klay needed Meg for the clout? Like, let me know what y'all think. If you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuned into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Let's go.
Tikoon running up the score, Tazzy's Baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter, fuck her like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tikoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon, damn. All your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.